You guys, welcome to number 1 of the Derby Career Mode Live, and to start off this episode, we're not going to do any of the bonuses. In the past I've done these bonuses and I find it far too easy. I think we need to make it a little bit more difficult. We're going to be playing on Legendary as well, but obviously we're going to be doing it with Derby. I do need to get through this as quick as possible as I've only got 10 hours, and well, I'd like to get this video up for you guys today on the 20th, but we'll have to see if we can do that or not. If not, it'll be early on in the 21st. I kind of do want to change the person actually, because I did pick that guy last year, and I'll go for the shirt and tie just because it's black and white instead of the red tie, of course. We're going to be changing the stadium as well, because it's pathetic what EA do apply to us. There we go, stadium done, and apply and exit. Now if you want to do this in your save, make sure you do current customize. What you have to do before though is make sure the download later squads is done before you do start the career mode. So we're going to go straight into that. Hopefully these menus don't take too long. I've literally just sat there for like 2 minutes watching a trailer at the start of the game. Like, I've only got 10 hours yet. I need to use this time more valuably than watching another trailer. So I could just spend this time talking about what I'm going to be doing in this career mode. Obviously I'd like to get us promoted in this first season. That is what I've done in the last few years, but I think I was actually on world class over the last few years. So going up to legendary, it is going to be a little bit tougher, but I feel like we need to make it a little bit harder, as else it's just going to be a little bit boring. That first season I always do find it quite simple. Also, I'm not going to be signing massive amounts of players. Obviously we've already got quite a big squad already. I'm going to simulate through this pre-season tournament as well. It's just, I'll probably use this money just for using the scouting thing to get new players in, because it's obviously an objective the board want us to do at some point. So looking at our, I think it's best to kick it off with the messages we do have. I'm going to quickly go through these. There's the pre-season tournament, vision and expectations. We'll have a look at these. So gain automatic promotion is one of them. Reached the round of 32 in the FA Cup. Signed one crucial first team player signed to the forward position. So that's a bit of an interesting one, because we actually have got quite a few strikers already. So maybe we'll have to let a few go. But as you can see there, we've got one youth academy, signed 2 youth academy players, and play them in 10 matches. So obviously we need to use that money that we are going to get from the pre-season tournament, and I think that's about it for that bit. Looking at the squad we do have then, I saw the ratings earlier on the web app, of course, as everyone else has. Now Lawrence is a left mid here, but on the web app he's a centre forward, so that's quite interesting. Maybe there's a few other players. Wisdom as well. I don't think this is the latest update, because Wisdom's 74 rated on Ultimate Team, but only 71 on this, so we're going to have to restart this career mode at some point anyway, because of one man and one man only, and he has signed for Derby County today. So I'm going to be looking for the player that we did sign today, and it is Joe Ledley. Now he has signed for Cagliari, which is actually really funny, because I actually do kind of follow them at the same time. I don't think we're going to be able to sign him, but if we can, that is a massive help, because it means we won't have to restart this career mode. But I don't know if we can actually sign him, because he's only just signed. We're going to have to see though in a few days. I'm also going to be signing someone else that obviously we failed to sign in real life, and that is Cleethen Bled from Birmingham. I'm always up for suggestions from you guys. He has got 12 months left in his contract, so really cheap. And if you look at what money we have, we've got 26 million. I don't even know where that's come from, because I didn't do the 60%, and it said 16 to 50,000 wages, so I don't know where that extra like 10 million's come from. But nevertheless, here's the squad. I'm going to be using this formation anyway. I think there's only a couple of changes I'd like to do, really. That's probably about it. That's literally all the changes I want to do. Maybe Martin up front. That's it. There's not really many changes needed to be done. I'm going to be looking on to move a few players. I think like Darren Bent. I just don't see him getting a chance in this squad with less than 70 pace now, and not the best to finish, and he just isn't quite cut out for it. Obviously George Thorne will be putting him on the bench. So here's the new squad hub screen. It's what's replaced the squad report, which I think is a lot more in-depth. So I'm interested to see where our players are, such as Bryson and Butterfield. We do have the option to recall them, so we can always do that. I'm going to get your guys' input on whether we should do that or not. I'd only really been interested in bringing back Bryson anyway, but I'd be more than tempted just to leave him out on loan, to be honest, because that's what the team have done in real life, and I'd like to keep this as realistic as possible, of course. So yeah, we're going to list Darren Bent. He's only worth 1 million, but 35 grand in wages is actually one of our highest, I think. Yeah, we've got Curtis Davis, Huddleston, Keogh, Anya Martin Winnell, and then Bent. So one of the biggest earners at the club, and he's not going to be playing at all. I might be tempted to list Akechi Anya, but for the fact that he is quite versatile, I'd like to keep him. But I'm going to look to be bringing in a left back. I think that's what one area we do need to improve, of course. Olsen and Forsyth, not quite as good as I'd like them to be. So we have got a transfer offer here for Chris Baird. Obviously he's getting on a bit now, he's 35, so maybe getting rid of him is probably the wise thing to do. Also, what we can do with bringing in a left back, he can also play right back. I think that's what I'd look to do. I don't know if I want to negotiate this deal. I think we're just going to accept this offer. Baird is going to go down very quickly. He's probably going to be like 63 rated by the end of the season, so going to look to sell him on. He is actually really good in real life, but in the game it's a completely different ball game. So one area that you guys did say that I should be looking to improve is goalkeeper. The thing is, we've got Johnny Mitchell there, and I think at 22 years old we could craft him into quite a good player. Another thing we could do instead of signing a left back is actually just improve Max Lowe to an ability, because he's only like 3 ratings off what we currently have, so I'm probably going to look to move on one of our left backs and do that. So as you can see, Joe Ledley has recently moved to the club, so he won't be moving again. I'm going to still try and sign him if it's possible, maybe on a loan, that could be an option. But if we can't, I think we'll bring in Cleethen Bled, and that'll be a similar-ish replacement. Obviously, we're probably going to sign Cleethen Bled in January, and what we can always do is just sign Joe Ledley in January. So I'm going to have to get your guys' input on whether you do actually want me to get Joe Ledley in through updating the squads, or do we just sign him in January? So as you can see here, we have sold Chris Baird for 90 grand. We're getting 60 grand to the budget. I didn't see the much point in keeping Chris Baird. He was literally a one-season player, if that. The only problem is now we don't really have a backup right back, so we're going to have to look to bring in a, I don't know. The thing is, Akechi Anya could do a job there. Like he does that for Scotland. He's got decent tackling, so I'm thinking just thin out the squad a little bit and sign quality players that we actually need. Into our next pre-season game then against AZ. I think, was this the team that Steve McLaren used to manage? As you can see, they have won. I literally couldn't care less if we lost all these games, because it's just irrelevant money. In a way, I kind of wish I'd rejected the offer to do the pre-season tournaments, because they are just... It's incredible. Even last year, when they were brand new, they were boring. But as you can see there, Jonathan Mitchell and Jamie Hansen both going 65 rated already. I don't know where we need to really improve. Like, there's no area that I'm like, yeah, we need to sign something there. Maybe another winger. I think that's one area we do need to kind of look at. We've got Vyman and Russell. They're not going to grow. They're going to stay at that rate, and they're both in their prime pretty much. Maybe Vyman might grow 1 or 2. We have got Anya as well. But I think another winger would be interesting. So one player we could bring back to Derby is Jordan Ibe. It was speculated during the summer window that we were going to get him on loan. In the end, he's not, and he's actually done quite well for Bournemouth. But as we are in a different universe, maybe Jordan Ibe in this place would come to us. We'll have to see. So we do have the opportunity now to potentially sign Cleethen Bled. He has been scouted. He has got a valuation of 2 million. Let's go and buy him. So the one thing I'm really annoyed about this is the fact that they couldn't get people to record the audio and say these already scripted lines. Like, that would be such a nice addition, but instead there's just this continuous music. I may just show you this one deal where we try and sign someone. Maybe if it's like a Premier League manager, I'd be more interested in showing it, but I think it's just a real shame what they've done with this. They could have made it so much better, and they just haven't. So Birmingham come back with a £1.8 million price tag. This is maybe the reason why we took so long to sign Cleethen Bled, because it may be at the start of the window, they wanted quite a bit, and at the last day, we got him for £500,000 until it went down. But we're going to go for a new transfer fee here. What we could actually do is add a player. I don't know if we can actually add... Maybe we have to start by adding the player. So we're going to have to put this down to... I don't want to spend too much on him, because he's not the player we exactly need, but at the same time we do, because we've only got 3 central midfielders plus Jamie Hansen if you want to include him. So we'll go with 1.2 million, I'm going to be skipping these because we are on early access. I've only got a limited amount of time. We'll go down to 1.35. I think they will accept that. Plus the 5% sell-on clause. It'll be interesting to see if we do actually sell him in the future. Maybe even after one season we may sell him for like 2 mil. But we'll have to wait and see. And there we go. Birmingham are happy with that deal. Just going to be skipping it again. As you can see, when we try and sign Jared Ledley, we can't. So leave a comment down below. Do we wait till January, or do you want me to restart this save when the squad update does come within the next week or so? I'll have to see when it does happen. But I'm actually really happy that we have signed Jared Ledley, of course. So going into Cleethen Bled, this is the bit where you do the contract. Again, it's that incredibly annoying music where it just goes dum 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 dum. But he's only on 16 grand a week, which is a pretty decent amount. I'm going to go for I want to give him rotation because I feel that's what we're going to give him, because we've got Thorne, Huddleston, and then Cleethen Bled's just going to come on in the last like 20 minutes and do a decent job. So hopefully he accepts that. So they're looking for an important role. I'm going to have to just accept it, because at the end of the day, there are 50 games in the Championship, so he's going to get plenty of football. It'll be also interesting to see whether he can get in front of Thorne, Huddleston and Johnson. He'll probably get ahead of Johnson. It's just whether he will be able to go with Huddleston or Thorne. It's a 2-year contract. I think I'm going to go up to 3, just because you do that first season, then we're in the Premier League, and then his contract runs out. I'd like to give that third, because then in his second year, if we do want to sell him, it'll still be worth quite a bit, whereas at the moment he's only on 12 months, and we've got him for a decent price. So on the beta, this was actually a bit of a glitch. I'm going to disregard release clause, and what would happen at this point is they'd just literally storm out for me. So that was a little bit unfortunate. But now it's time to talk about the salary. Now they've got signing on fees and the wage. The problem is, when I did my career mode save on the beta, I was a big team, because I knew I wasn't going to be a big team for a while. So I don't know what's a realistic amount. So we'll go for his wage of 16 grand. And then we'll add, like, I don't know, 250k. So they're looking for 17 grand a week plus 87 grand after 5 appearances. I'm going to see if we can actually take away that 5 appearances and then just go for... So as you can tell, my microphone stops working, which is an absolute ball ache. I don't know what the technical problem is, but we're just going to have to post-commentate this last bit of the video. Might just get through half of it, and then the second half, it just literally, the mic just, I don't know what happened really. I'm going to have to get to the bottom of it. But basically what I did is I recorded both at the same time on the Elgato, but in the future, I'm probably going to end up doing it on OBS. But anyway, we did manage to wrap up that Cleethen Bled deal, the more important thing. Basically, we're going to go through the rest of this video reasonably quick. I don't want to spend too much time, as I've literally lost all the audio. But that's one of those things, and it's probably best to get it sorted out now while we're just in the stage of building the squad and not really missing any games or anything. So I thought I'd just have a look at the squad and see what we had up front in terms of options. Obviously we've got Chris Martin, top goal scorer over the last 3 seasons in the Championship, probably going to be the man who leads the line. So we did get an offer here for Olsen of 770k. I went for 1.3 million, and they just stormed out, and I was like, really? I know I kind of like doubled his price, but like I felt that was a reasonable bid for him. So we do get the scout report here for Jordan Ibe complete. Therefore, we managed to get a deal here with Eddie Howe going. We were looking to exchange Akechi Enya. I felt if we're going to get rid of, if we're going to bring in a winger, it's probably best to get rid of one. So we did put Enya into the deal, plus 3 million. Then we put that sell-on clause down to 4%, and I felt that was a very good deal at the time. I felt like that was a very good thing in terms of us in the attacking areas. I don't think he'll actually go down as a forward, unfortunately, so it's not one of those objectives the board want us to complete, but obviously you guys can suggest any strikers or maybe another winger, I'm not too sure. But yeah, we gave him a 5-year contract, important first team player. I was tempted to give him a release clause, but at the same time I was like, there's no point. Literally his price could either go really high or just stay where it is over the next few seasons, but it's probably going to go quite high. At 21 years old, he's going to definitely develop. Current wage at 27 grand, obviously double what Cleethen Bled is on, and 6 years younger. It kind of is crazy how talent literally is everything. It's nothing to do with how old you are. So they were happy with the wage and the signing on bonus, but they wanted an extra just under 200k for scoring 5 goals. So I thought I'd counter that, edit the bonus down to, well, put the bonus back up to 15 goals, and then by the end of the season he's probably hit that, and he probably does deserve that bonus. So I was more than happy to give him that as an option, and it's just a bit of a shame that we lost the audio towards this end of the video. It was literally like 5 minutes, so nothing too much in fairness, but yeah, we managed to bring in Jordan Ivar's second signing. A great way to finish off this episode with a great signing. Hopefully you guys leave some comments down below on who we should sign. I'm looking for a forward in some sense. I don't know if that's a centre attacking midfielder or a striker, and probably a fullback, either a right back or a left back. Either will do more than good. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this episode. A bit of a shame about the audio again, but I should have a fix for today's episode, which should be going up around 4 or 5 PM. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.